The Korean backyard farming hack that's shaking up big agriculture, and you can start today. What if you never had to buy fertilizer again, ever? Picture this. You step into your garden and your plants are thriving with zero store-bought inputs. Your soil feels alive under your hands, your compost finishes in record time, and pests barely stand a chance. No more battling poor yields, no more guessing games with chemical ratios, just lush, productive, resilient crops powered by something so natural it's almost invisible. This isn't hype. It's happening right now in gardens and farms across the world. And it started with a quietly powerful method developed by Korean farmers who cracked the code to soil health using nothing but local plants, kitchen ingredients, and the microscopic life beneath our feet. This method is so effective, so affordable, and so replicable, it's got fertilizer companies sweating, and for good reason. You don't need their products anymore. Everything you need is already in your backyard. Welcome to the world of Korean natural farming, where old-school wisdom meets modern results, and where gardeners like you are growing stronger, healthier plants by partnering with nature instead of fighting it. Let's get straight into what makes this system so powerful, and exactly how you can start using it in your own backyard. How Korean natural farming turns dirt into gold. Korean natural farming isn't just a method, it's a mindset. It shifts the way we see soil, plants, and nutrients. Instead of viewing the garden as a place to dump synthetic inputs, KNF sees it as a living, breathing ecosystem. The central principle? Feed the soil life, not the plant. When the microscopic life underground is healthy, the plants above will thrive like never before. Here's the part that's going to blow your mind. Every piece of land already contains an army of beneficial microorganisms, fungi, bacteria, protozoa, all adapted to your exact climate, soil type, and conditions. Instead of purchasing microbial inoculants from across the world, Korean natural farming teaches you how to harvest and amplify the microbial life that's already thriving under your feet. This is where most gardeners and even commercial farmers miss out. They buy broad-spectrum fertilizers and, wonder why their plants still struggle. But if the soil biology isn't alive and thriving, it doesn't matter what you feed the plants, they simply can't absorb it effectively. KNF solves that. How to collect indigenous microorganisms right from your land. Let's get practical. To build your soil biology, you'll start by collecting what's called indigenous microorganisms, or IMOs. This is the foundational practice of Korean natural farming. And honestly, it's as simple as it is powerful. Here's how you do it. Take a small wooden box with a breathable lid. Ventilation is key. Line the inside with plain, cooked white rice. Not jasmine, not flavored, just plain rice. Place the box in a shaded area where natural leaf litter collects, ideally near trees or undisturbed forest floor. Leave it there for 3 to 5 days, depending on your climate. When you come back, you'll find a fine white mold growing on the rice. That's it. You've just harvested a localized, concentrated culture of beneficial microbes, your land's own custom-made microbial booster. You then mix this white mold rice into a ratio of 1 part IMO to 1 part brown sugar by weight. Store it in a loosely covered jar in a cool place to ferment. This mixture becomes your IMO2 culture, and it can last for months. When you're ready to apply it to your soil, dilute 1 tablespoon of this IMO2 mixture into 1 gallon of water and use it as a soil drench or compost booster. The secret sauce of KNF, fermented plant juice. If there's one KNF recipe every gardener should master first, it's fermented plant juice, or FPJ. This is a nutrient-rich, microbe-packed liquid fertilizer made from plants that are already growing strong in your area. It's cheap, easy, and incredibly effective. Alright, here's how you make it. First, go out and collect a few handfuls of young, vigorous plant tips. Make sure to choose wild plants or weeds that are growing without any human help. Nettles, mugwort, seaweed, sweet potato tips. Really, anything that's lush and thriving will work just fine. Chop them up into small pieces, weigh them, and then mix them with an equal weight of brown sugar. Now, pack that mixture into a wide-mouthed jar, cover it with a loose-fitting lid, and let it sit in a shaded, cool spot for about 5 to 7 days. You'll start to notice liquid rising up. That's your FPJ. Once fermentation is done, go ahead and strain out the solids and store the liquid in a dark glass bottle. To use it, just dilute 1 tablespoon of FPJ into 1 gallon of water. You can apply it as a foliar spray or as a soil drench. For best results, use it in the early morning or late afternoon. Your plants will respond with explosive vigor, and your soil microbes will throw a feast. Why does this method blow traditional fertilizers out of the water? Well, let's talk about that. The genius of FPJ and KNF methods really lies in their synergy with natural systems. You're not force-feeding your plants synthetic chemicals here. Instead, you're supporting the underground network of life that, in turn, supports your plants. That's why the results are often better and longer lasting than anything you'll get from store-bought solutions. More importantly, you're creating a feedback loop of fertility. Every time you apply KNF inputs, you're not just feeding this year's crop, you're improving the soil for years to come. Healthier soil means less disease, better moisture retention, and fewer pests, because your plants are growing in a system that's naturally balanced. This is not just good for your garden, it's good for the planet. KNF techniques increase soil organic matter, which helps capture and store carbon. So, we've seen this work firsthand on the Soil and Crop Central test beds. After just a few applications of FPJ and IMO, our tomato plants showed stronger stems, richer leaf color, and honestly increased yield. Compost piles that used to take, 3 months to break down were ready in just 6 weeks, and even in poor soil we saw visible improvements in tilth, moisture retention, and overall health. For new gardeners, KNF offers an easy, low-cost way to get started with organic growing. For seasoned growers, it's a powerful upgrade that can dramatically reduce input costs. Whether you're growing herbs in pots or managing an acre of vegetables, the principles stay the same. So here's how to get started right now. Don't overthink it. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start by collecting indigenous microorganisms, or IMOs. Just take that first step by placing a rice box in a shaded area and see what grows. From there, try making your first batch of fermented plant juice, or FPJ. You'll not only learn something new, you'll feel more connected to your soil than ever before. And don't stop there. Korean natural farming also includes preparations like fish amino acid, water-soluble calcium, and calcium phosphate. These are all easily made from common kitchen and garden ingredients, and they each serve a specific function in supporting plant growth, from seedling all the way to fruiting. But start small. Master IMO and FPJ first. These two alone can really carry your garden far. Most gardeners actually report seeing changes in soil structure and plant resilience in just a few weeks. The microbial population increases, organic matter breaks down faster, and honestly, everything just starts to click. Why should fertilizer companies be worried? Well, Korean natural farming, or KNF, gives power right back to the gardener. It totally breaks the cycle of dependency on expensive, synthetic, and honestly, often harmful fertilizers. Once you get the hang of creating your own microbial ecosystem and nutrient feed, you just don't need to buy a dozen different products from the garden center anymore. That's why KNF isn't just a method, it's kind of a quiet rebellion. It's gardeners, reclaiming their soil, their plants, and really their freedom. It's food grown with intention and care, not chemicals and compromise, and honestly, that's something worth sharing. If you're serious about taking your gardening to the next level, sustainably, affordably, and effectively, Korean natural farming is your path. At Soil and Crop Central, we've seen the transformation firsthand. And honestly, we want you to experience it too. This is not just a trend, it's a timeless method grounded in ancient wisdom and, proven by modern results. Alright, start today. Go out and collect your IMOs, make your FPJ, and, really reconnect with the living soil beneath your feet. And as your garden grows stronger, so will your confidence. If this video helped spark something in you, go ahead and subscribe to Soil and Crop Central so you never miss a guide, technique, or hands-on demo. Share this with fellow gardeners who are ready to ditch the bottle and grow with biology instead. Together, we're not just growing better crops, we're cultivating a better way forward, one handful of living soil at a time.